Hi, it's Jill Lancet. How is everybody on this wet Sydney day? Oh, bad news, I'm afraid, for the Lancet family. The golf course is too wet for the husband to play golf. So, yeah, I'm in here early. Anyway, it's how many weeks before Christmas? Have you started your Christmas cards? Oh boy. Well, I'm going to make 13 cards from one sheet of designer series paper, 12 by 12 designer series paper, and we're going to make them all at once. So I'm going to show you how I've cut this up. Now, grab a coffee if you're going to watch this, or a cup of tea, hot cocoa, alcoholic beverage, but we're going to jump straight into this. Now, I've got all the bits and pieces here. I hope. I say that all the time. I'm using sentiments from this beautiful stamp set from called Brightest Glow. Now, this is still in the annual catalogue. I'm going to show you what page that's on. Look, I don't know if you knew there was an index at the back. Brightest Glow tells me how much it is, the item number, and page 42. Isn't that handy? Page 42, and there it is there. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? All Christmas, New Year and Christmas greetings. So that's the sentiments. The paper is the beautiful Joy of Christmas paper. Again, there's a bit of an index up the back here, and it shows me all of the papers. Joy of Christmas tells me the number, how much it is, and what page it's on. So page 29. Beautiful. This designer series paper here, that's the one I'm using. So we'll get started. I'm going to cut everything in front of you, except I think I've cut a couple of little bits because, yeah, otherwise you're just sitting here watching me cut all day. So you need your trimmer for this. I haven't made them, so you're going to have to stick around and watch how we do this. Okay, put the trimmer up the right way, might be helpful. Oh, by the way, that's my store if you need anything. My social media is Facebook at Meraki Maven, Instagram at Meraki Maven. There's my email address. Now, like, subscribe and share. Subscribe, and you'll get notifications when I actually upload a video. So I have all these bits and pieces here. I'm going to show you the first thing I cut. Now you need 2 pieces of coordinating / contrasting cardstock. So 2 pieces of A4. Now the measurements that I've given you will give you 7 of these panels. 7 of these panels. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I'm opening my arm out. Let me just get that out of the way. And I'm putting this at 22.7. 22.7. So I'm looking over here. 22, 22.5, and then 2 more little clicks, and we're at 22.7. And I'm cutting all the way. Now I'm keeping this bit. I'm hanging on to this bit. Now I'm cutting at 11.35. Now look. 11, 1, 2, 3, and then halfway between those 2. I know this is a pain, but it just works out neatly. So there's probably your hardest measurement right there. So now you can cut these together or you can cut them singly. We're going to cut them at 14.5 14 centimeters, 14 centimeters, and then across to 7 centimeters. I'm going to do the same thing with this other piece. I've got 3. Popping this in at 14 centimeters, across to 7 centimeters. Now these are A4 measurements, so they will fit our normal card, which is an A4 cut in half and then scored at 10.5. So I've got those ready. Now I've just cut out another 6. That was pretty quick. So with this other piece that we've got here, we need 13. So I'm going to keep one piece. That's a very decent size. And this piece here, I'm cutting this at 7 centimeters. Nope, I'm cutting it at, what am I cutting it at? 11.35. Crikey, I can't even read my own writing. So 11, 1, 2, 3 and a half. That's another scrap. Okay, so we've ended up with, I mean, if you need more than 13 cards, you're probably going to use these up. So, but they're useful size scraps. They're not tardy scraps. So I should have 13 pieces here. Now let's just count them, shall we? Just to make sure there's no mistakes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Right. I'm going to pop those over there. That's our mat. That's our backing piece. Now we need half a sheet of basic white. So I'm going to cut this at, I think I cut this at, hang on, hold your horses. I think I cut this at 14.8. 14.8. Where's my scribblings? Let's have a look. 14.8, because I didn't want that fiddly little measurement at the end. So it's virtually half of an A4. I'm just cutting that. This is a scrap. Then I'm cutting it at 7.4. 7.4. And then these will all be cut at, first of all, we're going to cut at 17.5. 17.5. Then at 14, and they are 3.5 increments. So at 14, then at 10.5, I've got all this written down, and yeah, as I said, no golf today, so it's been a bit hectic. Then at 7, and then at 3.5. Now I'm just going to count those. I think, I can't remember how many this makes, but let's just see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you may need another scrap. And I just happen to have a scrap that I was experimenting on. So we'll use that. But 3.5 by, they end up being 3.5 by 7.4, did I say? Yes, 7.4. This is one of those cards where there's like no project sheet, so I will go over those again. So they're there. Okay, now we've got these two. Now we're going to cut our designer series paper. Now ideally take a piece that is non-directional. Now I've got this beautiful green piece. This is the piece, this is the reverse of it. And I've got this beautiful green piece. Now this might seem a bit tricky, so I do have a flow chart here to show you. So the first cut we're going to do is at 21.6 centimeters, and that's going to be along here. Okay, so 21.6. So here's 21. One click past 21.5, and that's 20. There we go. Just turn this music down a bit. So we're at 21.6 centimeters. This is just our 12 by 12 paper. So we're just putting that in at 21.6 and cutting that. Okay, I've got this piece here now. I'm going to deal with this. This I'm going to deal with in just a moment. So now I'm going to cut at 10.8. 10.8. So this is 10.5. 6, 7, 8. I'm looking up there. It's 2 backwards from 11, and I'm cutting all the way down. Sometimes that's a bit scary. Now I should have these two pieces that are the same thickness. Now I'm going to put both of these in at 26 centimeters. So I'm back over here, right over here, 26 centimeters, pushing them up against there. I've got my little arm out, 26 centimeters, and I'm cutting those two together. I've got these two scraps here. We're going to use them, they're not scraps. So then 19.5, moving it along to 19.5. Then to 13. Hang on, she says. Does that sound right? 13. Yep. Right, got them both together, got them both lined up. I've got them up against the board here. 13. And then it should be 6.5, and I've written 6. That's what threw me off. So 6.5. Hang on, is it 6.5? Just bear with me. Now I based this on my yeah, 6.5. It should be 6.5. Now I'll show you what that is in just 2 seconds. So now I've got I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 8 pieces. This thing I just made for myself. It starts out at a normal card size, less half a centimetre, and then it goes down by a centimetre each time. And when I'm designing cards, I can use these to see what sizes I want. I've just made it out of scraps, and I've punched a hole in it got a curtain ring on it, and that hangs here. It's very well used. It's been run over by my chair, you name it. Things have happened to that. Oops, see, just dropped it on the floor again. Okay, so now we have this piece here. We're going to deal with this piece here. We've got these two pieces. Now they are the same width. They're the same width as our other pieces. They're just a bit short. And then we're going to deal with this piece here. So we need to cut this down to 6.5. 6.5. And you should be left with about 2 centimetres or so. We're going to cut this at 10.8. 10.8. Yep. Measure twice, cut once. 10.8. We're going to cut this again at 10.8. So we've got another 2 pieces. 10.8. And we've got this little piece left over. Now we've got this strip here. Now, as I said, it's about 2 centimetres or 1 inch. So I'm cutting it at 1/2 inch. Now, I don't need my arm out for this at the moment. So I'm going to cut this at 1/2 inch. Now, the 1/2 inch line goes all the way down on your trimmer. So you can line that up with that all the way down to the bottom. Now, if, you know, I don't know, sometimes your hands get a bit shaky or you just can't manage to keep that there, here's a little trick. Post-it note, little post-it notes. So I line that up at the top. Line that up there, 1/2 inch. And put a little post-it note, holds it in place. With a really long piece like this, I'm going to put 2, just for ease. So there we go. Just popping that down there. And now I can cut that. Now I'll start in the middle, go down and then go back up again. So I should have these 2 strips. And the post-it note comes off quite easily, so it doesn't leave any marks. So now I've got these 2 strips. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those a bit later. So we've got these 3 bits that are left over. We're going to worry about putting the cards together now, and then I'm going to show you how that's an extra 2 cards or 3 cards, I think it is. So that's that. Now, I took the liberty, because you would be bored out of your brain, I took the liberty of slicing up some of our gorgeous glimmer paper, gold and silver glimmer paper. It's self-adhesive, so that is going to be an absolute bonus very, very soon. I just sliced off 1/2 centimetre, I think it's 1/2 centimetre, yep, 1/2 centimetre, and then made them the right width, but we're going to get to that in a minute. So we've got all of our bits and pieces here, and I wanted to make some cards that were going to be minimal mucking around. I mean, it's just straight cuts. There's no fancy diagonal cuts, no, you know, until we get to these last couple of cards, it's fairly straightforward. So I'm going to make the first one for you, and we need 1 of each of these. So we'll do our stamping first, and that's going to be on our little basic white strip. And I just chose the Merry Christmas because it's very big, and it's yeah, it's really a good message. So embossing buddy because we're going to emboss. Now you would do these in production line style. Ugh, hang on, I think I need coffee. Hang on. Thank you. Okay, so we've done our embossing buddy. We need to get some Versamark on here. Now I hope this goes on straight, two sides if it doesn't. And you'll see this size, it just fits. Okay, so I'm putting that on there, giving it a minute. And I can trim that down if I want to, but I think it looks pretty good. So I'm going to just do this first one and then follow through with the other two that are just a little bit different. And that's just to use up our scraps. Okay, look, I've got it everywhere again. Ugh, honestly. Okay, so I'm just going to heat that one up. Make sure your heat gun is warmed up, and I've got some tweezers here, so we'll just give that a little bit of time to warm up. You can heat it from the back first and then go in at the front, and just heat it until that turns beautifully molten metallic. Look at that. Now that's that done. So we're going to put these together like we would be if it was an assembly line. So our red is our matte piece. We're going to put our green on, the beautiful green. Now you can use any of the papers. Just make sure it's not directional, okay? Because we're cutting them differently, and yeah, it kind of needs to be not directional. So straight down on that. Now, if you have any questions or you miss the measurements, yep, send me an email. I'm happy to help you with that. So there's our first piece. Now, our second piece is this beautiful little sparkly piece here. So I want to put that on there like that. So I'm going to glue this on. Now, when you're centering this up, allow for this. Okay, allow for that. So we're just going to put some Stamp and Seal on here. And this makes it even quicker with the Stamp and Seal because you don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm popping that on there like that. It's about there. This has already got the adhesive on the back of it. So you can just peel that off. Look at that. Now here's a trick. Here's a quick trick. Just peel a little piece off, and then you can line this up. You can line this up here and here, and then stick this end down, and while you're holding it, you can peel that piece off. Look at that. We've got a very, very sparkly, nice little card. Now I'm going to pop that up on the card base with some dimensionals, and it's quite plain, but it's really, really nice. Now what did I do with them? Here they are. So this is going to have dimensionals, one in each corner, one in the middle on the long side, and 2 there. Now I'm just peeling those off. I don't know where my take your pick is. Sorry, what else is new? Oh my goodness. Oops. And this is why I need it, because they go everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to pop that on there now. I mean, it's quite a simple, plain little card. But if you've got a lot of Christmas cards to send out, you don't want to be there all day. Now, that looks beautiful, but wait, there's a bit more. I was toying with gold, and then I thought, you know what? I think we need just some gems. So maybe a big gem here. And as I said, I don't know where my take your pick is, so that could be trouble. So you could put that there, and then just put one of each. One of each size. You get 3 sizes here, so yeah, that's lovely. It's nice to have a bit of variety, don't you think? So you could put that on there. It's quite simple, and you can get 13. That's crooked. That's as crooked as a dog's hind leg. Dear, oh dear. Now, the one that I already had the extra piece made for, where did I put it? Oh gosh. Hold your horses, honey. Is this it? Yeah. I thought of fussy cutting it, but that means that you're going to have to probably fussy cut, well, not fussy cut, but shorten your little piece here. But I'm going to give it a go. So, except I can't find my scissors. I have to use these ones. So I'm just going to go straight across the bottom. Well, straight-ish. This was just a scrap. So then you can just go straight up and just do your little fussy cutting. I heard somebody say the other day, I don't like the phrase fussy cutting. And I thought, well, it's pretty suitable because it is fussy. But I think I remember way, way, way back, it was called precision cutting. So choose your name, but whatever it is, go around this beautiful, beautiful text. And yeah, and then we will be able to put that on. There, that only took a minute. So with this one, I'm going to do the same thing. These are just variations on a theme. And then I'll show you how to do, how I plan to do the other two. So straight on there, little red border. Let's hope I can get it straighter this time. So maybe I will just put that on there and glue that straight over it. I'll see. What do you think? Sounds good to me. Now let's see if I can get this one straight. There we go. So I'm going to line this up on here. Just like that. I'm holding this bit up here. And I'm just going to lay that bit down and then remove that in one fell swoop. Now this bit, if that starts to look like it's curling up, this is what I do. I just take my bone folder, turn it upside down, and on a nice clean surface, I just give that a bit of a wipe over, like a bit of a swipe from the back. Now that's there like that. Now that's going to need some liquid glue for sure. So some liquid glue. There we go. Tweezers if this is very fussy. Oh gosh, I don't think that's straight either. My goodness. I think I need more coffee. I think I truly need more coffee. So now we can put these on here, and yeah, you can put a few more on because we've got less to deal with here, like less Christmas. That was medium. Here's a large, and I'll put a small one up here somewhere. But you could decorate them further. These, as I said, these are just simple designs using one piece of designer series paper. Now I'm going to pop that up again. Make sure your card opens the right way. Now, what I was saying was, yes, I just wanted, I thought, you know what, this is going to be a no-nonsense one sheet wonder. Let's get as many as we can without having 15 different configurations and designs. The majority of these are going to be all the same, with just a couple that we're just utilizing the scraps because they came out at different measurements. So I'm going to pop this one on. Right. And that's going on. Let's hope it's a bit straighter this time. Yep, that looks not too bad. Okay. Right, now the two pieces that we had left over that were smaller, they were the smaller two pieces. What I thought I would like to do would be to just tear one of them. So there's a bit of overlap here. So if you just tear one of them, and you want to tear them so that you've got a white core showing. So I'm just pulling the discarded piece towards myself, and I'm just doing little nibbles, just like that. And that's a discarded piece. That goes in the bin. Now, we can put this at the bottom or we can put it at the top, depends, whatever way you want to put it. But let's put it on. Okay. So just find your border. Oh no, we can't put that on yet. We have to put this piece on first. Sorry. You've got to put the untorn piece on first. Yeah. Gosh, that was nearly a disaster. Okay, so find the border. Now you want to see this side, and this side. You want the same border, okay? Because we can adjust the top one. So there we go. We put that one down. Now we can put this one down, and we've got this lovely edge. So we can put this piece down. You want the same border. You want to match up your sides. Okay. Best you can, and there we go. We've got this beautiful piece now. Now we can do the same thing. We can ink up our stamp. Just put some embossing buddy on that, and sorry, I have to hold my breath while I'm stamping. That includes no talking. So there we go. Now I can put some gold embossing powder on that one. And thus get that everywhere. Again. But you would do this, you would do all of your standard ones, which this is the standard one. You would do all of those first, and then you would get to the ones where you're using the scraps. So there's our beautiful embossing, and just going to heat that up again. There's my tweezers. Oops, hang on. Start from the back. And turn that over. Now when it starts to go, you just want to move the heat. You can see where you can see when it's going. And that's done. That's beautiful. Look at that. Seconds away from that beautiful thing. So we've got that. Now we have this. We have our little strip. I did cut all of these out beforehand. Okay. So we can do the same thing. If you prefer, you could probably put it that way if you wanted to. Let's do that. Let's just be different. But you will have to trim this off, okay? So you might want to turn that over and do a little pencil mark. Because we've already got something happening in across the card, you might want to do it that. So let's just snip that off. This is crafting on the fly for sure. So I'm taking that off, bending it over. Now I want to see where I'm going to put this. So I probably want to put it about there. So line it up, pop that bit down, and then peel this off as you go along. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So we'll put some stamp and seal on the back of that. That's just something different as well. Put our jewels on there. I wish I had my take your pick handy because this is annoying. So look, I'm just randomly, when I put too much thought into it, it just doesn't work. It just really doesn't work. If I just randomly do something, I find that it works better. So we might put one down there. We'll put a little one there. And we haven't got a big one there. So let's just pop that big one where? Pop it there. There we go. Now that's up on dimensionals, and that's three cards. It's 3 cards we've made. How good are we? Of course, you don't have to put them up on dimensionals. You can just glue that straight down. Yeah, just depends, I guess, what you want to do. So one there. I'm sorry you have to watch me to struggle through these, but anyway, nearly there. And this is going on there like that. Now they're effectively all basically the same dimensions. Okay, so now we've got our standard one, which we're going to make multiples of that design. Then we have this one that was using these two separate pieces that in and of themselves weren't the correct size, but we've created something there that we can use. Then there was this one where we used a little scrap rather than having a full piece of that. So that's 3. Now, the other card that is going to use these 2 long strips here. So what I need to do is to cut those to the same measurement as these, the same length. Now, where's my little chart thing? And that was 10.8 by 6.5. So we need to make them 10.8. So I can cut those together. So 10.8. And it doesn't matter if they're slightly not exactly ½ an inch. So 10.8 is there. Cut those 2. And then cut these 2. 10.8. Make sure they're together at the top. 10.8. And these are going onto our backing sheet with the same amount of border on them. Now, this is a liquid glue job. Okay, this one's a liquid glue job. So, yeah, you don't want a lot, but you do want to be able to just move them if you have to. Right, this is coming to the end, this bottle glue. Okay, so same border. Okay, so just put one top piece or bottom piece in and glue that one down. Now take a second piece, put some glue on the back of that. Oh, yep, that's way too much glue. Okay, now this one is going on the opposite edge. Okay, they don't quite fit, but we're going to make them fit. So we're popping that on, same border here, here and here. So we've got 2. Now we're going to fit these in here with the same width between them. Now it may not be the same width as the borders on the outside, but it's not going to matter as long as there's a uniform width between this red stripe, and this red stripe. Okay, now don't get too hung up about it. Okay, it's a handmade card, and so when you're kind of happy with the way it's going, glue one down and then glue the other one down. So I'm looking for the same, basically the same width of border between these stripes. And as I said, it's not going to matter if they're not perfect. Okay, so popping that one down there. So we're pretty much using just about all the scraps. Now, another one of these. Now look, fast forward this if you're sick of seeing me emboss, but why would you be sick of that? It's just so magical. So we're going to ink that one up. And you're getting lots of practice in this way as well. So, yeah. Holding that down for a second. As I said, it'd probably be best to do this in production line style and do all of your embossing all at once. I'm not going to do all 13. I'm just showing you the basic one, and then there's a couple of variants. So that you know how to use those odd bits. Okay, now let's try this again. Embossing again from the back. And then there we go. Beautiful. I really can't get enough of that. Okay, so that's going on here, on this piece here. We need our little gold strip. We need to determine where we're going to put that. You could put that up a bit further. Let's put it like that. Okay, let's put it up there like that. I'll glue this one because the glue's handy. Now, just like that. And then we've got our little strip again. Again. These nails are useless. Oh dear. Where's my take your pick? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Settle now. Settle down. Oops. Now we want to put that on there like that. Butt that up against it. Butt it up against that there like that. Put that piece down and yep. So now we've got this different design yet again. So we can put some gems on there. Let's see. Looks like I've put this over a bit too far to one side, but that's okay. We'll put a couple of gems down here to fill that space. And we'll put another one. Oh my gosh, this would be so much easier with my take your pick. Another one there. And oops. Let me see. We'll put it on the red. Put it on the red. And then we'll put another one. Excuse me. I'll put another one up here near the M. Oh gosh. There we go. So now we've got another card. Pop this one up. And there is one more odd one that we are going to deal with, I think, if I can remember how I was going to utilize it. Okay, here we go. He's going on there like that. Oops, he very nearly went on there like that. So that's another one, another different one. I will show you all of these at the end. Now we've got a couple of little bits left over. A couple of little bits left over. So I think I was just going to pop one of those on there like that. Put the gold strip down there. Yep, that's what I was going to do. So we'll put this bit on. This is the last little bit of the scraps. that's going on there, just like that. Now this piece here, I want to trim this down. So I'm just going to put a little pencil mark. Little pencil. Oh my God, pencil emergency. All right, here we go. Let's see. Little pencil emergency then. Snip that off. Straightish, I hope. Gosh. Get our little gold strip. Trim this off as well. And I'm going to butt this up against, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to butt that up against that, and then that up against that. Okay. So let's just see how long it takes me to get this off this time. Oh, not too bad. Okay, so again, we want to line it up here where the adhesive is not. Just like that, and then line up the adhesive bit. Stick that down and then peel it off all the way along. We want to put a bit of glue on this little chappy here. And he's done. Now you can put a little little piece of red there if you want, just to make it interesting. If it's not quite long enough, it doesn't look out of place. Put our little greeting on, and yes, I'm going to emboss again. So brace yourselves. Ideally, you would have all these done first, but I didn't. But I like watching it happen. So just holding that down for a second. There we go. Where's our embossing powder? Most of it is on my desk, I can assure you. Here we go. There we go. Oh dear. It looks like it's clearing up this afternoon. So just heating that from the back again. It just helps with the warping if you do that first. And then just heat embossing that. Oh, I just love that. So this one is going to go on, I think I'll butt that up against the gold there, because it seems to need to be butted up against the gold. So I'm just putting that on there like that. Just butting that up against the gold. Give that a second to take. Put our little jewels on. Again, you would be doing this in an assembly line style manner. Honestly, the less I think about these jewels, 9 times out of 10, the better they turn out. Look at that. That one's a bit different again. So another card base. This is another card made. Pop that up on dimensionals. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 2 in the middle. Just like that. And if I just kept going and going and going, I'm going to end up with, I think it's 13, might be 14 cards, but we'll count we'll have a look. So make sure your card opens the right way. And as I said, they're very simple design. If you're in a hurry and you haven't started your Christmas cards and you've just realized how many weeks there are left before Christmas, this just might be the right way to do it. So there was this one, there was this one, there was this one, and there was this one, and then there was the rest of them are going to be made like this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here already, and I would be making another 2, 4, 6, 8. So I've got enough to make another 8, and they would be just our standard ones, just like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, if you'd like me to repeat the measurements now that you've seen the video, email, put it in the comments, but just rewind and watch how I've cut that again, and hopefully if you're not in too much of a hurry, you can add some other things to it as well. But this is just using, well, I used 2 sheets of the red, the real red A4. I used 1 12 by 12 designer series paper, half a sheet of the basic white, and a couple of strips, a couple of half-centimetre strips of our beautiful gold glimmer paper. But I will make the rest of these cards, and I will post the picture onto my Facebook page. But yeah, if you want any info, email in the comments. Please give me a like and subscribe. That way you won't miss out. And yeah, please share this. If anybody out there's in the same boat and haven't even started their Christmas cards, these are very simple, very quick. Thank you so much for spending some time with me this afternoon, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.